Hello students, in my previous video we have discussed about the reactions of haloalkanes, and in my today's video we'll be discussing about the next concept, that is reaction of haloarenes. In that we'll be discussing about nucleophilic substitution reaction. So nucleophile means what? Which are negatively charged species. So one of the negatively charged species substituted by another negatively charged species. But we observe here that aryl halides are less reactive towards nucleophilic substitution reaction. So why these aryl halides are less reactive? Let us see the reasons. The first is resonance effect. So resonance effect, we'll take one example to study this. This is what you have already studied it in your first PU. So we'll consider an example of chlorobenzene. We'll write the structures of chlorobenzene. So benzene ring to which chlorine is attached, and chlorine has 7 electron in its valence shell will represent all the 7 electrons. One is involved in the bond formation, remaining 3 pairs onto it. Since so we have studied that chlorine is electronegative in nature, that means what? Chlorine is an electron withdrawing group. So what we are supposed to observe here, since it is an electron withdrawing group, we are supposed to know that it takes the electron from the benzene ring. But since it has a lone pair of electron onto it, it gives the electron pair to the benzene ring. That means what? We observe two kinds of effect here: negative inductive effect and plus m effect. So what do we say here? Due to the presence of the electron pair on, that is lone pair of electron onto the chlorine atom, we say that it gives the electron pair to the benzene ring. Instead of taking the electron pair from the benzene ring, it gives the electron pair to the benzene ring and shows a positive resonance effect. So remember here, chlorine is having 3 lone pair of electrons onto it. Chlorine has a tendency to give the electron pair to the benzene ring. Chlorine does not take the electron pair from the benzene ring. So let us write the resonating structures for chlorobenzene. So we'll represent all the bonds and lone pair of electrons onto the chlorine atom. Then we'll show the sharing of the electron, that is in the resonating structure pi electrons move here. So electron pair is given to the carbon atom, and the one which is present next, it becomes unstable, so it gives its electron pair outside onto the benzene ring. So what is the resulting resonating structure? So ring as it is, and the bonds which we have not altered, we'll write it as it is. So those two bonds will represent as it is. Then the bond which was present there has been outside onto the carbon atom, so carbon receives an electron, it becomes negatively charged. Chlorine was singly bonded, since it receives electron pair, it becomes doubly bonded. Since Cl is donating the electron pair, Cl becomes positively charged. So what do we observe here? Cl is positively charged. Next we will show the donation of the electron pair. Electron pair goes within, then one of the electron pair outside. So we'll write the next resonating structure. So the ring as it is, one electron pair which we have undisturbed, will write as it is. So Cl positively charged with the 2 electron pair. It was a singly one bond was as it is, then it goes within, so out onto the benzene ring. So negatively charged, one electron pair goes within, so it forms a bond. Then the next resulting structure, one electron pair goes within, one outside onto the benzene ring. So ring as it is, whatever we have not unaltered, we will write it as it is. One goes within, so a bond, one pair come outside, so it becomes negatively charged. Cl was already positively charged with double bond, we will represent as it is. And next, what will be the last resonating structure? Since the electron pair goes within, so we will write the structure here, all the bonds which are present onto the benzene ring as it is. So we'll write here, and since Cl was doubly bonded, it becomes singly bonded with the lone pair of electrons. So these are the resonating structures, and in these three structures you can observe that the carbon halogen bond has acquired a partial double bond character, because of which the cleavage of the carbon halogen bond becomes difficult. And one of the reason here is, other reason is, the lone pair of electron which is of the halogen is in conjugation with the benzene ring. That means what? There should be a condition where lone pair is followed by single bond, double bond, single bond, double bond, single bond, and double bond. Let us consider. So here lone pair, single bond, double bond, then single bond, double bond, then single bond, double bond, then single bond, then lone pair of the electron. So this is what we observe here. So what do you mean by conjugation here? Electron pair are in conjugation with the pi electron. So the electron pair of halogen are in conjugation with the pi electron of the benzene ring. So what does it actually means here? Lone pair of electrons, single bond, double bond, then again single bond, double bond, then again single bond and double bond. Or simply if it is conjugated, it refers to what? Single bond followed by double bond, and such a system we call them as conjugated system. So conjugation refers to single bond followed by double bond. So here we observe electron pair of halogen is in conjugation with the pi electrons of the benzene ring, because of which we see that the carbon halogen bond acquires a partial double bond character. So that is what we have referred here. Carbon halogen bond acquires a partial double bond character due to resonance, and hence it is difficult to cleave the bond. So that is what we have observed here. So let us take an example of one of the resonating structures. So we observe here carbon halogen bond, that is the doubly bonded partial double bond character. And when you consider haloalkane, we cannot write the resonating structures for alkyl halide, hence the bond is singly bonded, and it is easier to undergo the cleavage in case of alkyl halide, that is breaking up of bond that is singly bonded, whereas since here it is acquiring a partial double bond character, it is difficult. So just refer, if you have one stick you can break it easily. If you are having two sticks, it becomes a bit difficult, or more energy is required to break two sticks. So we say cleavage is difficult. So the first reason was resonance. The next reason is difference in hybridization of carbon atom in carbon halogen bond. So let us consider the structure of aryl halide. So in case of aryl halide, we'll see that one of the halogen is bonded to the carbon atom of benzene ring. And let us consider one of the alkyl halide, and we'll consider halogen and carbon bond. So here we see carbon is having one side double bond, one side single bond, and another side single bond. So here we'll, whether it is a double bond, consider it as a single electron pair. So we'll consider here it is bonded on how many sides? 3 sides. So if it is bonded on 3 sides, what will be the hybridization? We'll consider 1 S and P twice, so it becomes what? sp2 hybridization. So the carbon in case of aryl halides is undergoing which hybridization? sp2 hybridization. Similarly, we'll see the nature of the carbon, hybridization of the carbon in alkyl halide. In alkyl halide, we'll see the carbon is bonded on how many sides? 4 sides. So already 3 sides means what? It was spp. P can be taken 3 times, so it becomes which hybridization now? sp3 hybridization. So carbon is undergoing sp3 hybridization in case of alkyl halide. So why we require this hybridization? We need to know the electronegativity. So greater the electronegative S character, greater is the electronegativity. So we'll find out what is the electronegativity in case of sp2. So how many S and how many P? 1 S and 2 P. So we'll consider it as equal to 100%. We'll find out the X value. So it becomes to be 33.3%. So what is the S concentration in case of sp2? It is 33.3%. How many P are there? 2 P. So twice of 33.3, it is nothing but equal to 66.6%. So S character in case of sp2 is 33.3%. Whereas in case of sp3, now how many are there totally? 1 S and 3 P. So 1 plus 3, which is equal to 4, which is equal to 100 will take. So 4 times x equal to 100. So x is equal to 25%. So 1 S is equal to, that is the character of S is 25% contributing. Whereas P is how many? 3 times. So 3x, 3 into 25, that is equal to 75%. So what is the conclusion we draw here? In case of sp2, it was 33%, whereas in case of sp3 it is 20 to 25%. Greater the S character, greater is the electronegativity. And what is electronegativity? It is the tendency to attract the shared pair of electrons towards it, and greater the electronegativity, less will be the bond length. That is, greater the attraction between the two atoms, lesser will be the bond length. So let us consider, if it is an sp3 hybridized carbon atom, what will be the nature of the carbon halogen bond, and if it is sp2 hybridized carbon atom, what will be the nature of carbon halogen bond. In case of sp3, the sp2, the distance between carbon and halogen is less, whereas in case of sp3, the distance between the carbon and halogen will be more. That is, the bond length in carbon and halogen in sp2 is less, whereas the bond length in between carbon and halogen in sp3 hybridized will be more. Because of the greater bond length, it is easier to break the sp3 hybridized carbon halogen bond, whereas it is difficult to break the sp2 hybridized carbon halogen bond. Next is instability of the phenyl cation. Why we need to consider here phenyl cation? Why? Because in SN1 mechanism, we have observed that it takes place in two steps. That is, in first step, formation of carbocation takes place. So we'll recall that step here. We had taken an tertiary alkyl halide. When the tertiary alkyl halide undergoes ionization, we obtain an carbocation which is stable. Is in the similar way, we will try to write the cation in case of aryl halide. So when you consider aryl halide, so we'll take aryl halide, we'll write the ionization here, so breaking up of the bond. So the positive charge comes onto the carbon atom where the halogen was attached, plus of X minus. Here we are not possible to write any resonating structures. We can't show the resonating structures by the transfer of the electron, and carbon is also highly unstable here. Why? Because carbon is bonded on how many sides here? Only on two sides. So because of which we say phenyl cation is unstable. So instability of phenyl cation is another reason why aryl halides are less reactive towards nucleophilic substitution reaction. And since it is unstable, SN1 mechanism is ruled out for aryl halide. It means that it cannot be carried out for aryl halides. So the another reason was instability of phenyl cation. The next reason is repulsion. So these are the resonating structures which we have already seen here. So what do we observe here? Electron density is greater onto the benzene ring due to the donation of the electron from chloro group, that is on ortho and para position. And if the electron density is greater, that means what? Overall negative charge of the benzene ring will be greater, and hence nucleophile, will consider one of the nucleophile, that is OH minus here for time being. So nucleophile will also be which charge? Nucleophile are also negatively charged. So negatively, that is electron rich benzene ring which is having greater negative charge, and nucleophile, when they come in contact with each other, what is the rule we have studied? Negative charges repel each other. So repulsion takes place. So based on the above 4 points, that is based on the what are the 4 points we have discussed. The first point was partial double bond character between carbon and halogen due to resonance. Second was change in hybridization of the carbon halogen bond when compared to haloalkane and haloarine. The third one was instability of phenyl cation, and the fourth one was repulsion between the electron rich ring and the nucleophile. So based on this, what is the conclusion we draw? We say that aryl halides are less reactive towards nucleophilic substitution reaction. See, we are saying that they are less reactive. That doesn't mean they do not react at all. They react, but the conditions required are different. Under normal conditions, they do not take place. So what do we see? One of the example we'll be studying here. So based on this conclusion, that is aryl halides are less reactive towards nucleophilic substitution, we will go with the next one, that is we'll consider it as an exception. Actually it is not an exception, but to understand we'll make it as an exception that nucleophilic substitution occurs, and here our nucleophile is OH minus. But nucleophilic substitution does not occur under normal condition. So it requires certain conditions. We'll see with our next example. So you can see here we have taken chlorobenzene. The nucleophile present here is Cl. And NaOH, in that the nucleophile present is OH. So the substitution means what? OH will be substituted by Cl. And the temperature required 623 Kelvin, pressure 300 atmospheric, and even acidification is carried out. And on that, what happens? Substitution takes place. Which was a nucleophile here? Cl. It is substituted by OH. And when OH is substituted, Cl is substituted by OH, that is OH gets associated with benzene ring, we call it as what? Phenol. So next we'll study how to increase the reactivity of this aryl halide. So to increase the reactivity of aryl halides, we need to know the effect of electron withdrawing group onto the aryl halides. So what will be the effect, whether it is increasing the acidity, increasing the reactivity or no? To study that, we need to know, we need to write the resonating structure. So already have written the resonating structure, only one I have taken. If you need more resonating structures, so both at ortho and para or at para position, you can refer the textbook. So this is what we will see here. It is chlorobenzene, and on its ortho position you can see there is a nitro group. Since chlorine gives its electron pair to the atom, what do we observe here? Donation of the electron from chlorine. And NO2 group is which group? Electron withdrawing group. That means what? It has a tendency to take the electron of the benzene ring towards itself. So we'll observe the resonating structure of this. So we have seen that chlorine gives the electron to the benzene ring, and electron undergo resonance here. So when it comes to the third structure here, what do we observe? The electron pair which goes towards the nitrogen atom, and nitrogen gives its electron pair to oxygen. That means what? The electron which was supposed to be at ortho position, that is ortho carbon atom, it is taken by which group? Nitro group. That means it is taking the electron towards itself. The electron moves towards the nitro group. Nitro group is an electron withdrawing group. So when the electron moves towards the nitro group, the electron density on the benzene ring decreases, and thus the incoming nucleophile can easily undergo which reaction? Substitution reaction. So this is what we observe here. So electron density decreases onto the benzene ring, and hence what happens? Easily we can carry out the reaction. So what is the conclusion we draw here? The presence of electron withdrawing group at ortho and para positions increases the reactivity of a haloarine. To understand it in a more better way, we'll see the three different conditions of the reactions which are given. So these are the three reactions which are given in your NCERT textbook. What is the difference we observe in the first structure, second and third? In the first, you can see the electron withdrawing group is present at para position. In the second, you can see the electron withdrawing group is present on ortho and para position. And in the third, you can see the electron withdrawing group is present on ortho as well as a para position. So what do we observe here? As the electron withdrawing group increases, reactivity increases, nucleophilic substitution will be at a faster rate. So for that you can refer the temperature which they have given. So in the first reaction, the temperature given was 443 Kelvin. So as the number of nitro group increases in the second, you can see it is 368 Kelvin. In the third, as one more nitro group is introduced at ortho position, the temperature required is just warm conditions. So what do we observe here? As the nitro groups are increasing, the reactivity is increasing. That means what? It is easily reacting without any higher temperature. So we'll see the first reaction here. In the first reaction, what we are studying here? Nucleophilic substitution reactions, which is a nucleophile present. OH is the nucleophile present. So we'll observe that Cl is substituted by OH. NO2 group just allows the nucleophilic substitution to become easier by withdrawing the electron. See, we are not balancing any equation or nothing, just we are showing what? We are showing the effect of electron withdrawing group. So in the first case, the temperature required was 443 Kelvin. Electron withdrawing group was present at para position. What is the work of electron withdrawing group? So when the electron withdrawing group is present on, remember the position, it should be present on which positions? Ortho and para position. Then only it will increase the reactivity. So the presence of the electron withdrawing group at ortho and para positions increases the reactivity. Whereas if it is increasing the reactivity, what we can say? It decreases the electron density. Since the electron density decreases, reactivity increases. So we'll see the next reaction. In the next reaction, how many electron withdrawing group are present on haloarine? 2 electron withdrawing groups are present. So what should be the condition here? Electron density will still further decrease, and the temperature when compared to the first reaction in the second, it will be less. Why it will be less? Due to the presence of 2 electron withdrawing groups. So the temperature is decreased here. And since the temperature decreases, the nitro group, remember, they are not going to change their position. They just withdraw the electron towards itself and make the attack of nucleophile easier. So Cl is replaced by which group now? Cl is replaced by the nucleophile, that is OH. So it forms the next product.
So we'll go with the next one, that is third one now. So in this third one, what is the difference we observe? In the first there were 2 electron withdrawing group. Here you can observe there are 3 electron withdrawing group, and you can see there is a large change in temperature. There you require 368 Kelvin, but here you require only warm conditions. So what is the product we obtain here? NO2 group remain as it is. Cl is substituted by OH, which is a nucleophile present in water. It contains H plus and OH minus. OH minus will come to the place of a Cl. Nucleophile is substituted. All the 3 NO2 group remain as it is. So what is a conclusion we draw here? When the electron withdrawing group is present on ortho and para position, the reactivity of aryl halides increases. Greater the electron withdrawing group, less will be the electron density and more will be the reactivity. Now let us consider if they are present on meta position. So here we have considered the presence on which all position? Ortho position and para. So here this is a ring where I have represented ortho positions, para position as well as meta position. So when we see the resonating structure, we see that electron does not occupy which position of the benzene ring? Meta position. That means what? Electron density is less. So we'll write the resonating structures and see once more here. We'll take a structure where our nitro group is present on the meta position. So this becomes our aryl halide, and on meta to it we have written nitro group. So we'll show the resonating structure, that is transfer of electron, resonating structures, delocalization of the electrons we are showing here. We get positively charged chlorine, the electron pair shifts within, then the formation of the bond, we have shown it in the next structure how the bond is formed. Whereas now, since in the structure you can observe the electron pair goes to the next carbon atom, the meta position, the electron pair does not occupy the meta position of the benzene ring. If at all it would be present, nitro group would extract it. But we observe here that the electron does not come to the meta position, it goes only on ortho and para position. Thus, what is a conclusion we can draw from the presence of the electron withdrawing group at a meta position? The electron density is not affected by the presence of the electron withdrawing group on the meta position. Reactivity is also not affected. So what do we say? The presence of the electron withdrawing group on the meta position does not affect the reactivity. So this is what the conclusion we draw. So I hope it is clear that it does not affect the reactivity of aryl halides.
Usually the question is asked in the exam for 1 mark, 2 mark or 3 mark. Why aryl halides are less reactive towards nucleophilic substitution reaction, or give reason aryl halides are less reactive towards nucleophilic substitution reaction. So you can take the screenshot of the answer. So the answer has 4 points and we'll list them one by one, which we have already studied. So what we had studied, what was the first point that we had studied earlier? Due to the resonance effect, the carbon halogen bond acquires partial double bond character, thus cleavage is difficult. Second is difference in hybridization of carbon halogen bond in haloalkenes and haloarenes. In haloalkenes, carbon is sp3 hybridized, whereas in case of haloarene, carbon is sp2 hybridized. And here you can remember that carbon in what? Carbon in carbon halogen bond is sp3 hybridized or sp2 hybridized. Next is instability of phenyl cation and repulsion between electron rich benzene ring and nucleophile. See, if they ask the question for 1 mark, you have to write 1 point. If they ask the question for 2 marks, you have to write 2 points. If they ask the question for 3 marks, you have to write 3 points among these. Usually they ask for 1 mark or 2 mark in the exam. You can easily remember 1 point, that is instability of the phenyl cation. It is the easiest to remember. It is left to you, but these are the 4 points. If they ask for 1 mark, 1, 2 marks, any 2. Usually they ask for 1 and 2 marks. Rarely they ask for 3 marks. So remember that any 3 points you should know from this answer. So the next is electrophilic substitution reaction. So in electrophilic substitution reaction, we will be studying halogenation, nitration, sulfonation and Friedel-Crafts reaction. So before understanding electrophilic substitution, what do you mean by an electrophile? What are electrophiles? Electrophiles are positively charged species. In nucleophiles were negatively charged species, whereas electrophiles are positively charged species. Now electrophile will attack onto which position of the aryl halide? To know that, we need to know the resonating structures. So this is what I have already written. I hope by now it is clear to you how to write the resonating structure. So you can see that on the resonating structure, electron density is greater on which all position? So you can see here one on ortho, the next is on para, and the third again you can see it is on ortho. That means what? Electrons are greater at which positions? At ortho and para position. What is the charge on electrophile? Electrophile is positively charged. Electron density, that means negative charge on the benzene ring, is more on which position? Ortho and para. So the product to obtain will be ortho or para product. So we obtain a mixture of both the product, that is ortho and para product. That is the incoming electrophile will attack, or on the benzene ring it will occupy which position? Ortho and para. So what is the thing we observe here? Due to the resonance, the electron density increases at ortho and para position. Thus, the electrophilic substitution reaction occurs in haloarenes, but it is slowly and it requires more drastic conditions as compared to those in benzene. With the benzene, you have already studied it in your first PUC. So we will see why we are saying that it occurs slowly, because halide is an electron withdrawing group. So it has a tendency to withdraw the electron from the benzene ring towards itself, thus decreasing its reactivity due to negative inductive effect. But due to the presence of lone pair, it gives the electron to the benzene ring and even also shows which effect? Positive resonance effect or plus EM effect. So we'll see the reactions here. The first reaction is halogenation. So we'll consider the halogenation means what? Electrophilic means you should have an electrophile. In halogenation, electrophile present is Cl plus. We are not going in the detailed mechanism, just we are writing the reaction. Always remember, the product obtained will be a mixture of both ortho and para. We are not even balancing the equation, just we are writing the products which we get. So ortho position, halide will be present, and also at which position? Para position. So already there is a Cl, and at ortho and para position we get the Cl group. So what is the name of this product? We will call it as what? How many Cl are present here? 2C. Remember, ortho product is always minor product, as well as para product is always a major product. Why we call it as minor and why we call this as major? Because due to steric hindrance, the electron clouds cause steric hindrance and decreases the stability when they are near. Whereas when they are far apart, it does not cause much steric hindrance. They are not, the electron clouds are not in contact with each other. Thus we can say they are more stable. So ortho products are less stable, whereas para products are more stable. So we'll name this on first and second carbon atom 2 chloro group. So it becomes 1, 2 dichloro. The parent ring is benzene. So the name is 1, 2 dichlorobenzene. And the next is 1, 4 dichlorobenzene. So these are the two possible products, out of which para product is always the major product. Next reaction, nitration. So in nitration reaction, which will be your electrophile? Electrophile is NO2 plus. And here remember how many products are possible? Two products are possible, that is ortho and para. That means NO2 group will be present on which all position? In one product on ortho and in another on para. So ortho to chloro, that is second position, NO2 group, plus of, we'll write the chlorobenzene and we'll write the NO2 group at which position now? We'll write it at para position, that is the fourth position onto the benzene ring. So we'll name this compound Cl and NO2. Both are substituents which act as a prefix. So alphabetically which comes first? Cl and then NO2. So we'll number Cl first and then NO2. So what is the number we'll give to Cl? It is 1. So the name of this will be 1-chloro. And on second position we have nitro group, so it becomes 2-nitro, which is our parent chain, it is benzene. So the name of this compound is 1-chloro 2-nitrobenzene. In the second, 1-chloro and 4-nitro, so it becomes what? 1-chloro 4-nitrobenzene. So this is the reaction. In this, which will be the minor product? Always ortho is minor and para becomes the major product. Next reaction, next is sulfonation.
So in the sulfonation reaction, we'll study the next reaction, the electrophile that is present is which electrophile? SO3H. So in sulfonation reaction, we'll write our electrophile SO3H plus. Electrophiles are always positively charged. Then we'll show the position of the electrophile, that is when it attacks the benzene ring. So when chlorobenzene is treated with concentrated sulfuric acid and heated, we get two products, that is a mixture of two products, ortho and para. So Cl, ortho to it is second position. On second position, SO3H group is associated, that is sulfonic acid, plus of Cl, and to its para position SO3H group will be associated, that is the fourth position. So SO3H. We'll name this compound. See, according to priority, SO3H is given the first priority, that is it becomes what? Suffix, and Cl will become what then? Prefix, and the suffix for will be given the first preference. So 1 and 2, and here one is SO3H and the fourth group will be chloro group. So we'll name this compound now. It becomes 2 chloro. Then what do we have? The parent chain? Benzene. And what will be our suffix here? SO3H is what? Sulfonic acid. So the name of this is 2-chloro-benzene sulfonic acid. Similarly, what will be the name of the other compound? On the fourth position, we are having chloro group. So it becomes what? 4-chloro. Since it is parent chain is benzene, so benzene. SO3H is sulfonic acid. So sulfonic acid becomes the suffix. So these are the two products which are obtained, out of which the ortho product is a minor product, whereas the para product is the major product. Then we'll go with the next reaction. Next is Friedel-Crafts reaction. So in Friedel-Crafts reaction, we'll study two types, that is alkylation reaction and acylation reaction. So in the alkylation reaction, the term alkyl, so what we are studying, introducing an electrophile into the aryl halide. So the electrophile in alkylation is alkyl group, in acylation is acyl group, that is CH3 C double bond O plus. Here R plus will be our alkyl electrophile, whereas acyl electrophile is CH3 C double bond O. So we'll study the first one, alkylation reaction. So we'll study here. We have taken chlorobenzene. CH3 is our electrophile, that is methyl chloride we have taken. In that CH3 plus is our electrophile. So what is present onto the benzene ring? See, or we don't represent the hydrogen atom which are present onto the benzene ring. Why? Because it is a bond line formula. So He is replaced by CH3 plus. In the above example, I have not said you this. We are calling it as electrophilic substitution reaction. That means what? H plus is present as an electrophile onto the benzene ring. H plus is substituted by what? CH3 plus, and H plus is removed. So this is why we call it as what? Electrophilic substitution. So here what are the two possible product? One is ortho and another is para. So CH3 we have written one at ortho, and next will be at which position? It will be at para position. So these are the two possible products. So we'll name it. So both are the substituents which act as prefixes. So here we'll number them. So which comes alphabetically first? Chloro starts with C and methyl starts with M. So chloro comes first. So we'll number it. First position is to be given to chloro group. So 1, 2. So what will be the name of the compound? 1-chloro, 2-methyl, and the parent is nothing but benzene. So it becomes what? 1-chloro, 2-methyl, benzene. And it is which product? Minor product. Why? Because it is ortho. The next one is what? Since Cl group comes first, should be named first. So 1, 2, 3 and fourth is given to methyl. So what will be the name of this? So chloro, we will name it first. So 1-chloro, then followed by 4-methyl benzene. So we'll write it 1-chloro, 4-methyl, and the parent is nothing but benzene. So 1-chloro, 4-methyl benzene, and it is a para product, hence it is which product? It is a major product. So we'll consider the next example now, acylation. In acylation, which is our electrophile, CH3 C double bond O plus becomes our electrophile. So here you can observe that we are having CH3 C double bond O Cl. We have taken acyl halide as our product, and which are obtained as a major product, ortho and para. The bond between C double bond O and Cl will be broken. H of the benzene ring is replaced by acyl group, that is one of the electrophile of the benzene ring is replaced by another electrophile, and removal of HCl
takes place. So what do we observe here? One should be your ortho product and another para. So we'll write the chlorobenzene as it is. See here you are having two carbon atom, but you have to consider which carbon atom, the one which is positively charged. So the bond forms through that carbon atom. Then it was having double bond O, and on one side it is having what? CH3, and this becomes your ortho product. Why? Because it is present at the second position of chloro group. Then here again we'll write the chlorobenzene as it is, and on para position we'll write it as what? C double bond O CH3. So these are the two possible product, and the names of these product we'll write it. So the first one is, we'll call the product as 2-chloroacetophenone. Why we are calling it as phenone? Because you can see you are having C double bond O. It is nothing but which group? Ketonic group. And the next is, since it is present on which position? Cl group. Cl is present on fourth position. So it becomes what? 4-chloroacetophenone. Out of this, ortho is always the minor product and para is always the major product. Next is polyhalogen compound. So it is not actually the important part. Why? Because it comes under the deleted portion as per I know. But still, since it is there in your NCERT textbook, just we will go through some of the uses and harmful effects. I'll just list out the uses and harmful effects. You can note it down. So dichloromethane, also called as methylene chloride, it is used as a solvent, paint remover, and as a propellant in aerosol. I hope you know the meaning of propellant. The one which is used to carry out the rise, we call it as what? A propellant. Aerosol means what? It is a colloid which you have already studied in your 10th standard. Then harmful effects. What does it affect? It affects the central nervous system, and lower level causes impaired hearing and vision. Impaired hearing and vision refers to what? It is blurred vision, you can say, or you cannot hear properly, cannot see properly. And higher level of CH2Cl2 can cause what? Intense burning and mild redness of the skin. Usually it causes what? Mild redness of the skin. See, among this, if you remember any 2 points, it is more than sufficient. As per I know, since it is deleted, we are not going in detail, but say that you remember any 2 points among the uses and harmful effects. The next is trichloromethane or chloroform. So usually you have heard the term chloroform. In many of the movies you might have seen, they take some liquid onto the kerchief and they kidnap people using chloroform. So you can get an idea through this that it is used to make people unconscious, and in some biological term we call it as what? Anesthetic. So in earlier days it was used as an anesthetic in surgery. The other uses are, it is used as a source of fat, alkali iodine, and it is also used as a freon, production of freon refrigerant. What are freon? Freon are nothing but CFCs, that is chlorofluorocarbons. What are its harmful effects? It depresses the central nervous system, and it causes dizziness, fatigue, and headache. So I hope you know this. These are very simple terms. The next is action of air. So when chloroform, see, it is very important. If at all it is not important for your board exam, it is very important for CET. They give you the reaction and they ask you to write the product or identify the product. So chloroform is oxidized by air in the presence of sunlight and forms a poisonous gas called as a phosgene. See, many get confused by hearing the term phosgene, that it might contain phosphorus, but please dear students, remember that it does not contain phosphorus. It is a compound which contains what? COCl2, and it is called as phosgene, which is a poisonous gas obtained due to the oxidation of chloroform. So chloroform reacts with the oxygen present in air in the presence of light and forms a poisonous gas called phosgene. So this is very important for your CET exam. What is phosgene, or what is the chemical formula of phosgene? Then next we'll go with the tetrachloromethane or carbon tetrachloride. It is written as CCl4. What are its uses? It is used in the manufacture of refrigerant and propellants for aerosol cans. It is used in synthesis of CFCs. It is used as a fire extinguisher. What are the harmful effects? It causes liver cancer in human beings. It causes permanent damage to the nerve cell, dizziness, nausea, vomiting. It makes the heartbeat irregular or even stops it. Then the next is freons. So the what are freons? It was usually asked for 1 marks. The chlorofluorocarbon compounds of methane and ethane are collectively called freons. Example, freon 12, CCl2F2. So what are its uses? It is used for aerosol propellants, refrigeration, and air conditioning purpose. What are its harmful effects? It causes ozone depletion.
Then the next is triiodomethane or iodoform. It is used as an antiseptic. It was used as an antiseptic earlier, but due to its smell, it has been replaced by other compound of iodine. Next is DDT. It is called as para-para-dichloro-diphenyl trichloroethane. So this is a structure. So you can see here 2 carbon atoms, hence the parent name is ethane, 2 phenyl group, and on its para position you can see Cl group is present. So we call it just to differentiate, we call them as what? Para dash. And we are having how many chloro groups here? We are having 2 group on para, so we call it as para dash dichloro. 2 phenyl rings, so diphenyl. 3 chloro groups, so trichloro, and 2 carbon atom, hence it is called as ethane. So this is a structure, or the other way the structure I have written here using carbon bond. In the first one I have shown you the bond line formula with respect to carbon. In the second, simply I have written the carbon atom. So this is the structure. Why ethane? Why? Because 2 carbon atom, word root is it. It is singly bonded, hence ethane. This is your parent name. What are the substituents attached to it? Chlorobenzene, that is on which position are the chloro group present? Para with respect to it. So we call it as dichloro. Para dash dichloro, 2 phenyl ring, hence it becomes what? Diphenyl. So we call it as para dash, then dichloro, diphenyl, then trichloroethane. So this is what the structure of DDT. It was usually asked for 1 mark. And next properties, it is a powerful insecticide. Harmful effects, it is non-biodegradable, high toxicity towards fish. Earlier it was used against mosquitoes, but since it has developed resistance, now it has been stopped. So it is almost banned in few of the countries. This completes the unit. From this, the very important reactions are the named reactions, such like Finkelstein reaction, Schwarz reaction, Sand-Meyer's reaction, Woods reaction, fatigue reaction, Woods fatigue reaction. So these are very important. And for 3 marks, the important questions are SN1 reactions and SN2 reaction. So out of these two, anyone will be asked. Along with that, the other important questions are from Zaitsev rule, that is elimination reaction, preparation of Grignard's reagent, reactivity of Grignard's reagent with water. I hope you found this video useful. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.